Welcome back to the channel, where I play classical light chess games in the 30-minute, 20-second time format. I started the game with d4, and the second time, I got an opponent who played knight to f6. In 3 games, I took more place in the center by playing c4. My opponent responded with c5. I wasn't familiar with this move, so I just played a logical move and pushed my pawn forward. My opponent played e6, freeing up his bishop, while also contesting for the center. I took his pawn and he took back. I thought this position was good for me, but it ended up just being equal. I later moved my bishop to g5, pinning the knight to the queen, and he moved his dark squared bishop to e7, looking to castle on the next move. e3 was my response, freeing up my bishop and looking to develop my minor pieces. He castled, and a few moves later, I castled as well. He then played b6, looking to put his bishop on a more active square. We both developed our respective minor piece, and then I moved my rook to c1. My opponent responded by moving his rook to c8. I played b3, connecting my pawn chain, and he advanced his a5 pawn. I took his knight, but apparently this was a mistake. The engine recommended to keep the bishop on f4 and maintain the pressure. He took with his knight, and I put my knight on the outpost on b5. He wanted to get rid of the knight, but I solidified it by moving my pawn to a4. Few moves were played, and then I got my knight on a strong outpost on c6. He played the bishop to e8 for some reason, and I played bishop to f3, keeping it on a more active square. My opponent played bishop to c7, going for a quick mate, and I defended by pushing my pawn to g3. A few moves were played, and then he advanced his d4 pawn. Captures, and I put my rook on d1. He played d5, supporting the pawn, and I moved my second rook. But then my opponent made a huge mistake. He played g6. This allowed me to capture the free pawn on e5. We traded a pair of rooks, and I put my bishop on a very active square. I was very happy with this position. I later moved my rook to e6, attacking his queen. And after he moved the queen, which was defending his bishop, I took it with the knight on the next move. His position was crumbling. He advanced his pawn to d3, looking for counterplay on the f-file. After a few checks, I forked his queen and rook. We continued on for a while, but the outcome was already decided. I had a lead in material and was focusing on converting. After maneuvering around my pieces for a bit, I checkmated him. If you enjoyed this game and want to see more classical games, like and subscribe.